you why we upped the rider score. Don't get too close to me. We've had this discussion ever since we put the third level back into, the double bridle back into third level. We're pretty much split half and half in the dressage committee as to whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. And when we put the double bridle back, we had those people say, oh, you're going to be sorry, you're going to be sorry. And that was true. We were sorry. So when we did the new test, we had this discussion again. And what it comes down to basically is it's not fair to the good riders whose horses are ready to have a double bridle to take that away from them just so we don't have to see bad riders whose horses are not ready for them clunk around in the show. So we did two things. We decided, number one, that, and when I say we, I'm talking about the technical dressage committee, which works for the Federation. We also have a high performance committee that Steffen's on as well. The high performance dressage committee deals with high performance issues, meaning anything that's international. And we have active athletes, which is where you come from on the committee, as well as some judges and trainers and that sort of thing on the high performance. But the high performance only deals with selection procedures and things like that. So the technical dressage committee writes the tests and does the rules for the Federation. And so we came up with two things. Number one, we're going to leave the double bridle in third and fourth level. But we're going to make the rider score worth 3. Okay? So that if, as a judge, we feel that the rider is using the bridle incorrectly or abusively, we're going to give you a 4. Okay? We're trying to encourage judges to don't be shy. You know, a lot of riders need to have a 4. I'm frankly tired of giving the horse the lowest score in submission and giving the rider a 5 when the horse can't do his job because the rider has no idea what they're doing. They're crooked in the saddle. They have no idea what the movements are supposed to look like. The horse is doing uncontrollable flying changes because the rider's weight is incorrect, and his nose is touching his chest, and his mouth is open, his tongue is out, and he has a look of terror in his eyes. So, you know, hopefully we don't have any of those people here, but if you get a 4 on rider, then perhaps you need to rethink, you know, that it's not the horse's fault. Because I think when we give the horse a 4 on submission and the rider a 5, that the context is it's all the horse's fault. So the reason we did the ×3 is so that we can make a point to the rider, look, you know, this is the incorrect use of the double bridle, okay? Then the next thing we did, which we should have done a long time ago, but we weren't ready for it. So I said, look, it's time we have standards. It's time we have a system where riders have to qualify to move up the levels. So that system, we've been working on that for 2 years, and next year we'll start a voluntary system, and the year after that it will be mandatory. And basically you can ride from second level and below all you want, and after that you have to prove that you can ride at those levels to be able to move up. And it's a point system, and for an example, a 60% at second level counts as 1 point, 63 is 2, up to a 70% and over, which is 4 points. And you need 10 points to move up to third and fourth. Third and fourth is grouped as one group, St. George I-1 is grouped as another, and then I-2 and Grand Prix is grouped as another. We will be grandfathering people in, so if you don't have a USDF medal and you think you can get one, now would be the time, because we'll do it once, we're going to grandfather once, and then we're done. And the medals are actually easier than what we're going to make you qualify, okay? So we will
grandfather medal winners in. We're going to grandfather anybody on our short list, long list in. The only group that will not have to qualify at all are juniors and young riders who are in selection trials. Okay? If they're riding at open shows, they're going to have to qualify. Okay? We didn't want to shoot ourselves in the foot with that. So anyway, that will be published shortly because it's right now in legal, which is where all of our good little ideas have to go for a while. But think about it. You know, really think about if you cannot get 60% or above where you're riding, do you really think you should move on? That's like getting a C in school. Okay, 60% means you're satisfactory. And I don't know about you, but my parents would not have been happy with that. Okay? So, enough said about that. And don't everybody come up here and start asking me about the system, because you'll be able to read about it soon enough. Okay? And like I said, it's voluntary for a year. My best advice, though, is if you can get your USDF bronze medal, then you can start at 3rd and 4th. Silver medal will start at St. George. If you have your gold medal, you can do whatever you want.
I'm lucky.
Me too. Me too. Okay? All right, go ahead and see what we have for 3rd level. It says to confirm that the horse, having demonstrated that it has begun to develop the uphill balance required in 2nd level, now demonstrates increased engagement in each movement, especially in medium and extended gaits, and in the transitions to and from collected movements. Rhythm, suppleness, acceptance of the bit, throughness, balance, impulsion, straightness, and collection. He's a wild thing. There must be a clear distinction between the paces. So we talk about our pendulum. Our pendulum's starting to swing a little bit bigger on each side, isn't it? Okay? So we're going to be a little bit pickier about things. So we're now introducing the extended gait. So again, this is the first time we're going to see the extended trot, extended canter, extended walk. So we can be a little friendlier when we first see them. We're going to do our single flying change. And again, if your horse cannot do a flying change, do not enter 3rd level. Because we're not amused when you go canter, walk, canter. I mean, like, it's pretty obvious, right? You know, you're hoping we didn't see that. We also have the inside rein release at canter, which is sort of interesting, although I think it's kind of a dumb movement. You know, because half of the people do this. So maybe we should just have, you know, do that once so we can explain that that's not really a good idea to do that.